On to another episode of Ground Floor where we can agree to disagree and still be family. That's the theme song, What Up Though, from the second album, JLE World. I'm your host, all that, JLE, my co-host, Jerome. And also, on the music, don't copyright nothing or anything like that, Facebook. I was just say that bull jive. It's my music. I created it. All that. Don't touch it.
What's up, good people? Hopefully we can give y'all a good one tonight.
Yeah, this should be entertaining. You know, tonight's title, Who's Your Daddy, Biological or Steph? It's based on a video of a dude arguing with the assumed stepfather about taking the child to get his hair cut. I reached out to my big bro, who's a stepdad, and he made a good point. We don't know everything that transpired with their situation, but it should be all the parents involved working in unison to where, you know, if he trying to take the kid, get his hair cut, you got that, or I'll take it. Or if it's a scenario where the dude is a bum, but he's just trying to look good, so he making up a bit dust up, and the kid might have been going a minute without a haircut, but he been promising to do it. That's possible. And, you know, if it's on real man stuff, if that was the case, the stepdad probably threw him some loop to go have that bonding time with the kid. But all that getting up in his face, like you want to fight, I ain't pray for me. I ain't that religious. He would have learned I'm a wrestling fan. You're my private space, bro. Now I really gotta think: do I want to murder you, or just destabilize you to where you're gonna be down for a minute because you just doing way too much line stepping for my taste. From Detroit. It's like, I don't know about nowhere else in this country. Everybody might feel the same, but if you're from Detroit, Michigan, respect must be given at all times because I'm gonna give you yours. But all that in person's face, crossing his boundary, like you gonna do something, they better man, because that dude would have been laid out. And I do not condone violence, but you have a right to defend yourself. You don't need it. You ain't my wife or boo-boo. You don't need to be right here talking to me. But Brother Jerome might give you a more religious, uplifting response compared to what I gave.
Hey, I won't say it to be more uplifting. When we watched the video, the biological dad was very confrontational, as you stated. First of all, let's just look at it on all platforms. You disrespecting the owner of the barbershop, you know, whether that's the barbershop that he personally takes the son to, or he goes to a different one. You always want to respect people's establishment, number one. Number two, from what I could tell in the video, the biological dad was ready for that action based on his body language, based on the way he got in his face. I got to commend the other brother, you know, the stepdad, because he de-escalated the situation by stepping away from him when he invaded his space, and he went off and said, hey, let me give her a call. I like what you said, you know, what John gave you heads up on. Communication is key when you get into marriage, because if that was what the biological dad set up and that was his bonding time with his son, the mother should respect that and honor that and let the new guy know, hey, when it comes to the barbershop thing, that's something that they've been doing and he's going to continue to do. I don't want to disrespect or cause any problems there. You know, you got to have those, I call it the grown man and grown woman conversation, because I'm pretty sure when she's seen that video, she can see that could have went one or two ways. It could have went, like you said, you talk about her being a wrestling fan. Like, one thing I noticed is the little boy was in the chair getting the cut. And so whenever you have a child involved, you don't really want them to see that side. So for the father to turn up like that, that was kind of him losing himself emotionally and not realizing your son is seeing this. You know what I'm saying? You can't operate like that because kids, what they do, they can't really say a lot when they that young, but they will cry. Their version of speaking is crying, and because you're scaring them in that moment. So I think Buddy should have just really brought his anger and all of that frustration to the mother of the child and explained to her moving forward, don't put me in that situation, yada yada yada. Because like you, hey, I don't know if you even know this, man, but I got a license to carry, and so it ain't gonna be it ain't gonna be too many situations that I'm being where you talking crazy in that type of situation, man. But I know you always have to be aware of your surroundings. That was inside of the barbershop, so I wouldn't have took it there. But when my man invaded his space, you got 3 feet. Once you invade that 3 feet, he basically had every right to, you know what I'm saying, take off on the dude. But I just thought.
And just watching the video, I could be totally wrong. He come off like a deadbeat dad. You're that angry about that? Come on, bro.
Yeah.
If you've been normally taking your kid, that means y'all had some conversations already. It sounds like you trying to show like I was trying to do it, but this dude always in the way. That's like kind of like you trying to show out to me. Cause that was just you on 10 for that. You know, everybody want to be TMZ. They got a phone out. Come on. You could easily be like, "Hey man, I already said I was gonna take care of this. You ain't have to do this." And the way to do it, respond to him like, "Well, I'm gonna call her." Which one? Y'all both grown men. You shouldn't call her for nothing. You the head of that house if you dealing with this lady and her kids. Y'all should be able to talk about that and work it out. Not no, let me call her for her to defuse it. That ain't her job. You dating this woman who got kids, that means you're going to take a responsibility of these kids. So y'all should have been able to be real men and had a conversation about that. I commend him on his restraint. You go.
I agree with you wholeheartedly. I think if I'm being real with you, I want to say the biological dad was the street dude. Dude she with now might be a man of God, whatever you want to call it, but he's the good dude. And so you can see he was looking like, oh, well, let me give her a call. Let me do it. So he was trying to do everything the right way. But like you said, those kind of conversations got to be handled on the front end. Because like I said, you know, we don't know the whole backdrop and background on the whole thing on his side, the stepdad side. But one thing's for sure, if that mother knew that their dad had that type of connection and relationship with that son, because I can speak, you know, from a father standpoint, that bonding time is real when you go to the shop and you go and you get those cuts and everything. And so if she allows them to another dude to come in and take them in there and we ain't had that discussion, yada, 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 it's kind of like it can definitely cause some friction. Now, would I be turned up like my man? It wouldn't be that deep because I know, like I said, to channel the energy towards the woman and just say, hey, and moving forward, this is how we're going to do it.
I mean, my brief moment of being potential stepdad, my ex-fiance who had a kid, we were having those type of conversations and the child's father wasn't around. So, and us having those conversations, this is my yard. Since he has shown for the last few years he ain't trying to be around, and the time period I was dealing with, I didn't see him trying to be around. Once we started saying our dues, we in the same household, when he 18, about to graduate, he can have the option to go deal with his real dad. But you ain't about to disturb my home with your foolishness because you already ain't been around. So I don't have time for what I'm trying to put in him to be a respectable young man in this society. For you be on that Will Smith from Fresh Prince crap. You in and out jerking his Moses around. You ain't do that in my household. Nah. I ain't with it.
No, that's the reason why I know I can speak from experience. The church you belong to, Word of Faith, they really have a real good premarital, system set up for counseling. And one of the things that they touch on is blended families. Because it's very important how you move when either she has prior children, you have prior children, or both of y'all coming together collectively. Because the children could be of all ages. They can be from young to teens to grown and things like that. And what that effect will be on you all's marriage going in.
Yeah, and we had a spirited debate back then about it because she came from the hypothetical, okay, Woody got his stuff together, he want to be around. I don't care. He could be a man of God now. None of that means nothing to me because this is my household now. I'm taking on the role to make sure this child has a stable environment to grow in. I don't trust you to be on some real stuff once you come back in here. Nah. Even if you are, I don't care. You had an opportunity, you chose not to be a man. That's on you. You ain't gonna be coming to my household interrupting. So if you decide, well, you know what, I really ain't feeling this, and you dip, I gotta pick up the pieces of this kid. You ain't gonna be doing this to this kid. They ain't gonna be jacked up in my household. Not on my watch. Now, when they're older, about to graduate, choice is yours. And if you want to blame me for not letting them come around, you got a life together, I'm looking at you being the greater good. I'd rather you have a stable household, your mind focused right, you know where you're trying to go, compared to this dude who don't know if he want to be a man or not. I can't take that chance. So once he come to the door and he decided to be on that bull jet like we saw in the Fresh Prince, you're going to be screwed up, and I got to pick up those pieces. No, I'm not doing that. He had a chance before I came around.
No, I think when you speaking from that standpoint where somebody, dropped the ball, wasn't really doing what he was supposed to do as a father, I think that's a different dynamic because I think if the coin was flipped and he was there and they just didn't work out for whatever reason.
Yeah, if he's already involved, we're going to sit like adults and map out how we're going to run this offense, make sure this is productive, well-rounded citizen graduating high school.
Right.
But if you ain't on that grown man business, you got to get the hell on, dog.
Right. No, I think that's the what's the word? Cordial way to do things. And when you grown men and grown women, that's the way you're supposed to do it. Effective communication. The fiance, the husband to be coming up soon. Everybody need to have that conversation because even if the father is remarried, everybody's got to come together. Because I didn't seen it where the former boyfriend or husband, the father of the children, I didn't seen where he's remarried. The woman's remarried now, and I didn't seen it where it's been drama free because they all communicate. The new wife is dropping the kids off at the meetup spot or picking up from the house. No complications. Vice versa on the other side, where the new husband's coming over, picking the kids back up to go back to the house and do whatever, and it's working. Yeah, and that's how it's supposed to be, but it's that effective communication.
And in messy scenarios I saw, each scenario, the man didn't take control of that environment. Whether it was the stepdad or the real dad, no one became that leader in that scenario. Like, okay, this is how we're going to run this offense. Some were leaning on the female, but that ain't her role. You the head of the household. That's why, in my opinion, a lot of brothers out here don't want to get married because that's a lot of responsibility. That's on your shoulders. If the household ain't running right, you suck. If you're a black man looking to get married and you're a real dude, you already kind of know if you ain't on point, that's how people gonna view you. Like, oh, you should have got with so and so. This old bum dude you with. The moment they hear a little, man, we was going good, then we just stalled for like could have been 2 seconds. He supposed to be on point. Compared to you got a good one, adversity. It was in the vows. Y'all said.
Yeah, no, I think you're 100% right there. I think it's. I tell people all the time, man, you got to be careful who you laying down with, because if the condom breaks, you know what I'm saying, before the plan Bs, all of that type of stuff, like once you take it there, it's like, oh, I was just, horny that night. Oh, I was this. No, no, you better know what you're getting into, because what's going to happen is you mess around and have a kid by that young lady or a young man, you can end up having 18 years of hell, literally, because that's what they're going to give you.
Because you got to factor in, you're going to learn what their parents put in them, good, bad, or indifferent. And they was a dysfunctional ass relationship. That kid saw that front row. And how much of that is in the person you dating or marrying? And now y'all got a kid.
Hey.
There's a lot of shielding you trying to do, so this kid don't have no PTSD drama going on from seeing y'all, because you want to break that generational curse. So they don't see like, well, they fought, argued through stuff. I mean, that's life. No, that's not life. That's not normal. And then you're gonna be looking for somebody to do the same thing because you think that's normal. That's not normal.
Yeah, man.
Talk like adults and figure it out.
Yeah, a lot of times, sometimes people, if they been in a toxic relationship, that was normal.
Yeah.
that was normal, and it can sometimes, unfortunately, the young man or the young woman don't even realize that they was in a toxic relationship until the new person come along, and then that person had to tell them about themselves. When they get into because I don't care who you are, you're gonna get into a disagreement about something.
Yeah, that's gonna happen.
And if you don't know how to handle those disagreements without name calling, putting your hands on the other person, getting in their face, man, I was in a situation years ago where we was in a rocky situation, no kids involved, and I remember, unbeknownst to me, she told the brother I hit her. And so he comes to pick her up one day because her car was in the shop or something. And I had to work. And when my man came to the door, he was like, hey, man, next time you touch my sister, man, I'll take you up out of here. And I was like, wait a minute. I know she didn't tell you that I hit her. I said, so I pulled her to the side. I said, hey, man, if you want to take it there, we could go ahead and do whatever you want to do. But I said, I just want you to understand what happened the night that she could be talking about. I said, I never hit your sister, not one time. I said, you tell me what the hell I'm supposed to do when somebody's blocking the kitchen and don't want me to get there. I'm trying to go. I said, I didn't pick up no knives. I didn't pick up no weapons. All I did was touch your sister to move her to the side and kept on going. I said, I never threw her. It's a difference for me doing a shove. I said, that's what you got to realize. I didn't even do all of that. I said, so the fact that she told you this unbeknownst to me, I could have walked into a 9mm to my head, wouldn't even been prepared for it.
And some females don't need to be doing that because there's a lot of brothers with cases now over, well, I'm going to sell so-and-so. And they trust in you telling the truth when some females lie, not all. And they coming over there with them things, and then they really escalate, and now you're like, well, I didn't mean, no, you meant for something wicked to happen because you lied.
Yeah, then it's too little too
you
late.
You have to call the ones you know going to come through like the woo with them things.
Hey, you know
when you made that call, what's going to happen.
You know who actually going to be about that action, at the end of the day.
You can't act like you're 3 years old and don't know why you threw a rock. You knew exactly what you was doing when you made that call.
100%.
You was in anger. You listen to the devil. You want to listen to the Lord at that moment, and He gave what you were looking for.
Right. Exactly.
And that'd be crazy. I had a slight scenario conversation with someone before, like, no, bro, I don't put my hand on women. That's 10, just like no mean no. All that's 10 to 20. And ain't no women in prison. So nah. I ain't doing that. Now, I can slap you with my words, I've learned, because I get really upset. Yeah, I can come at you with my words where you might, oh, dang, but never touch you at all. Because ain't no point for that. I'm not trying to hurt something I love. That's stupid.
Yeah.
If you walk by, you fearful that you're going to hit them. Suckers do that. Because now she's in your head and you can't get her out of there, and she living rent free. Now you screwed up.
Yeah.
Nah.
Hey, all I can say, once that situation went down, that's when it was an eye opener for me. I'm like, this thing that went toxic, and to be that close to a situation that could have went left real quick for either him or me, I just was more conscious, and I said, no, you know what, I can't be in this situation no more, because clearly this is not the love I'm looking for. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. If this is love, then I want no parts of it.
I dated back in high school. Every day she wanted to argue. I'm like, what's wrong with you? Not how was your day in school, this, that. What took you so long to call me? Like, you want me to be the Flash? I'm riding with the homies, so I got home at 3:01. Well, you should have called me at 2:09. What is your last name in Edwards? We in high school. Who hurt you? What is wrong with you? You sound like a crazy person right now. No offense, people that's dealing with mental illness, but you sound like something's wrong with you. That I ain't beep or something at 2:59 let you know my whereabouts. You ain't got my last name, boo boo. And even then, she's gonna be a little more respectful of, well, he might be, might check in, everything okay, not know, oh, this fool don't hit me at 3:01. Who does that?
Hey, that's like you said, something happened in the past with some insecurities, and then they bring, she brought it over to the relationship with you.
And at the end of senior year, we had a real conversation, found out stuff like, oh, okay, that's what he's on all that. Like, no, I stopped answering your phone call. I ain't dealing with that.
So you ain't want no parts of that.
I told you, ain't no women in prison.
Yeah.
I ain't going there for you. I'm a fine.
Hey, what did you title this show? What was the name of it again?
Who's your daddy? Biological Steph.
Oh, yeah.
Thought that'd be a catch title.
Yeah, that dude got Who's Your Daddy?
Well, no. But if you got some creators out here, and I watch some of their stuff, they would say, you a clown to be a stepdad. Ain't no benefit for you. I'm like, you really can't say that. It's kind of a snobbish point of view, because you was blessed to find your wife early on, got married, had a family, and now you looking down on all these different scenarios out here, because there was a lot of R. Kelly's going to the high schools in Metro Detroit, dating the girls from 9th to 12th grade. And they got that one kid before they graduated. Remember, we went to our prime. We thought it was going to be a nursery. Dudes now looking like they cats from down. What was that movie? They put the whammy on Farnsworth. Was it Uptown Saturday Night? Let's do it again. They got the hat, the suit. Like, this is a gangster. Yeah. That dude look like he 40. Up in here, like, damn, Chester pedophile. But people tell me back then, Jeff, you just too old fashioned. Like, I know a grown ass man, when I see one, he shouldn't be here with us.
No, hey, that was real back then. I always looked at stepdads as a powerful thing because you got to really look at it. In fact, you just had Corey on your show recently, and he touched on the whole, his relationship with his stepdad and how powerful that was. Sometimes, the biological dad may not be in the picture, whether he remarried, absentee, passed away, whatever the case may be. Some kids grow up where the stepdad is the only person they ever knew, and they never even was told the story that was a stepdad until they got old enough to find out the true things. So, sometimes you got to, tip your hat off to the gentlemen who are stepping up to be that biological dad. It's people out here that sign birth certificates knowing that they weren't the father, but because they they was there for the other children, the last child is like, hey, okay, this one's gonna be mine too. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you got to tip your hat off to those stepdads that's doing their part and playing that role as best they can, because there's no perfect dads out here, including myself. All we try to do is give it our all, 110% each and every day, and you got to tip your hat off to those guys. It's just like, hey man, like we was talking earlier, effective communication. How we gonna run this offense? How does your household, how you plan on running this household? This is what we usually do. And you just make sure everything's in line, man, because you don't want any problems.
Yeah, that's why to me it's very offensive. You can barely find a card on Father's Day when there's a lot of brothers, biological step, raising productive men and women in this world. They show their respect. There's a lot of biological that are scum that just do their thing young. And if she ain't got no sense about herself, she bring everything around that's trash. And now this kid about to be a problem for the world. So they mad. Like Pac said, the hate you get a little F's everybody. So she out here wild and loose, bringing all these pookie cats around. This boy sitting watching all this, just getting madder and mad. Like, and where was this punk at when I needed my dad around? This dude tried to touch me. Okay. They're going to feel my wrath. And someone going to have to come along and get them to start, why are you so angry? And start finding out what they saw. Like, hey.
Right.
I see why you angry. You saw a lot of crap you shouldn't have to deal with.
Yeah, man, you got to think about, let's just use Detroit for one. When a single mom, whether she divorced, whether the dad didn't want to be involved once she said I was pregnant, whatever the case may be, or he passed away, when you step into that single mom role and raising a young man, it's so many things that is out here as a distraction that you got to stay prayed up, number one. You got to try to make sure you always highly involved with the friends he's with, and things like that. Because some friends is all they know is the streets. So that's what
uncle or cousin that's older want to be a big brother mentor. Yeah,
you gotta find those. If you don't have, like you said, a brother, if you don't have a uncle, I came up with something a few years ago I said, if they don't have that positive influence, that positive role model over the span of those real pivotal years between 5 and 12, because that's the molding years between that 5 and 12, the streets will win 9 times out of 10. And the streets winning because that's love to them. They hanging out. they hanging out. They smoking weed. They seeing the girls. They riding around in the cars. They doing all of that, and that's love to them. So those are the pivotal years right there where you want to mold them and be with the right males in their life to really put them in the right track. Because a lot of times you get a chance to see what kids is really gravitating towards. Like as far as, is it instrument? You know what I'm saying? Is it science? Is it sports? Because not everybody's going to, sometimes men, don't know how to read their children because they want them to play football because they play football. We got to stop all of that.
Yeah, they might not be into that.
Yeah, we got to stop all of that, because at the end of the day, just because you was good at football or semi good at football doesn't mean that your son wants to come up and play the same sport or sports, period. So you really have to just observe and really see what they gravitating towards. Like that's the one thing I can say.
Robotics.
You got to, man.
They might be deep into that robotic game. Like,
you got to, man. Like,
okay.
My daughter did soccer 1 year, and she told me straight up, "Daddy, I'm done." I said, "Wow." she was 5 going on 6, and she told me, "No, I'm done." I said, "Oh Lord." So it was just funny, and she doing plays the piano and she plays the viola, so she's into that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? The whole orchestra, arts and crafts. That's her thing. So I picked up on what she was really liking, and I'm like, okay, we're gonna have to put her into what she liked. And my son, he just played his first T-ball game last week. He came to me, told me,
I remember about the T-ball.
Yeah, he was like, hey, he said, I want to play baseball. I said, okay, we're gonna see.
Smart man. You can be 40 years old, getting $300 million to contract.
Getting the money, man. So yeah, I got him out there. But it's like those little small things like that. You just have to pay attention to. You have to pay attention to what they gravitating towards naturally at school. If it's science, like you say, now they're calling it the STEM programs. Science, technology, engineering, and math. Get them involved with the STEM program. What was that school out there? Cranbrook. Remember Cranbrook?
Cranbrook.
Yeah. If they still around, you start getting your kid involved in those type of programs, because you always want to encourage the positivity in your child's life. And
even in high school, and I would tell y'all, but the dope dealers and all them cats was recruiting all the time, freshman and sophomore year. I know I love women. Ain't nothing what you doing. You little nerd. I got 5 racks in my hand. Like, yeah, but what you got to do to get that $5 grand? I be a nerd. Because I know I can talk to all the pretty girls. They ain't got to worry about who's going to jump me after this class.
Yeah. No, man, Jeff, you know how it was when we was in school. Pretty much by the time we got to 8th grade, all the way up from there, that's when the real world hit, man. Once you hit that 13, 14, when Pac said the pressure's on, it's a hit. Hey, at the end of the day, you getting hit from the gang members, you getting hit from drug dealers, you getting hit people who playing sports want you to come be on the sports team. You getting hit with all these different things, and only the strong survive. I'll just put it that way.
I remember it was a dude in a computer class, 10th grade, big dude who was in the gang. He trying to break down a layout, like, man, come on, Jay, you missing out, man. I'm getting this money, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Let's do what I learned before I graduated, that SWOT, strategic analysis and all that. Like, okay, so you're gonna be on the corner until about 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, right? Yeah. You gotta deal with the other foot soldiers, you gotta deal with the police. And let's say you had a good night, you selling whatever drug, you made 10 grand. You give most of that to the old boy that's the leader who got the nice looking girl, the Cadillac, eating steak and eggs. And he might give you, let's say he's feeling generous and gave you half. That night could have went way left. Maybe your man feel like he's showing you a little too much favor. He set you up, bet you get your 5 grand. You ain't paying attention. Now you gotta have a real Mortal Kombat scenario with this cat just to get to your destination after all this. Then go to school. That's too much risk. Not to mention you go to jail. There's a lot of cash you might look good to in there.
Hey, you just
said it. What it go, what it don't go, talk to you crazy, beat you up, you get crazy. But I can go see the old girl, she's right there. I go sit and try to talk to her. Whether she talked to me or not, I had an opportunity. Every day in class to go talk to that beautiful young lady. And I ain't gonna worry about nobody trying to do anything to me. But what you doing for that 5 grand, there's so much risk. Then he had like a dumb look like. I never thought about it like that. Like, and he the one who got the girl in the Cadillac. You on the Iron Pimp, my brother. You on the bus. He didn't give you no hoopy ride or something from your being a good foot soldier. He could have gave you a bucket, a tempo, or something. You on the Iron Pimp waiting. And your enemy just run up on you at the bus stop. We go to Cooley. That's everyday thing like Bone.
Hey, everyday thing, man. Hey,
nah, bro.
What you said was profound. I remember seeing it may still be out there if you on Facebook, but there's an artist that painted a painting with the young little black boy, and it was illustrations like almost like an upside down U, like a horseshoe.
Okay.
And it basically had school books, red and blue for the gangs, every single thing that the young man has to battle every day. Like every day he's making a choice of which one he wants, to go with. And that's when I seen that painting, I was like, man, that's a real illustration of how it was.
Yeah.
For us, like I know for me, like I said, for me, I noticed it more at 13. So that's why I say the end of the 7th grade, going into 8th grade. But basically the 8th grade all the way up, like you were saying, man, the gang members trying to get you to come over, selling, saying the drug dealing, because that was big in the 90s when we was up there, saying grade and everything. So I started looking at that and I'm like, man, the end of the road for both of these ain't good.
Nope. Then in the vocal class, I had 11th grade. I guess my dad, a pastor, people feel comfortable talking to me. You could tell he was a dope boy. He told me his whole operation.
Wow.
I'm sitting here, wow. Okay. And when he realized he did it, he didn't come to school for a week. But this back in the hood, like, oh, you gotta do some dirt. You call that man Smitty. And for anybody to know the name, it might be some nice people named Smitty out there. But the way we depictalize this person, Smitty gonna be that hitter, like Al Capone had, up to no good. And every day he in class, he just mean mugging. Like, this must be this dude hitter. If I'm wrong, when I see him again, he ain't gonna say nothing about it. Sure enough, next week you come in there, man, you a cool nerd. You ain't say nothing. My man, your hitman. Yeah, he was watching you. Dude, he's just looking at me, mean mugging. He ain't trying to sing a note. He ain't trying to do nothing. He's looking at me the whole time, every day in class, like, bro. I already hollered at my man's them. I knew him. Okay. So I had a plan in play to make sure I was okay. If it went that left. My man Fred, I had to make that phone call. Hey, This was happening. Like, here's the number. Hit me up before school if it go left. Like, okay, cool. I'm good to go.
But you know what's crazy? What's crazy is we was considered the nerds, the AP class dudes, and all of that stuff. The fact that you and I had that, I call it one phone call. Don't have me have to make that one phone call.
Cause we gotta sit up here and analyze these scenarios. Like, okay, I gotta make sure I'm good.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, don't tell me nothing else. I don't want to know nothing about you, bro. But you said, I don't care if I'm comfortable to talk to. Go that way. Because next time, it ain't going to be pretty. I'm punch you in the face. We just going to fight up in here. Because I ain't asked you to tell me you do the thing on the east and everything. I don't want to know none of that about you. I'm trying to talk to the girls in here. Sing a song. That's your business.
Hey.
Ain't got nothing to do with that.
But like you say, when the cats open up, you know what I'm saying? It happened, man. And the crazy thing, like I said, you know, especially our freshman and sophomore years, I want to say the gang activity that we had in high school back those 2 years was crazy.
All-time high.
Crazy.
You couldn't walk down Fink without running across someone.
Yeah, because I remember, and this is what, you know, single mothers need to know in particular. The schools that your kids go to is pivotal.
Yeah.
You know, because I was fortunate enough to be considered, like you would have been, considered what they would call an ambassador, where you pretty much went to school with most of these people from either elementary, if you lived in the area, middle school. And so by the time you get to high school, you like, oh, he over there. Okay, he over there. He over there. So you walking through 3 or 4 different gang territories, but you know at least one person. Mm-hmm. So when you walking, I never really was worried about that part of it when we got to high school because it was on a different end. And I knew everybody from the different. And I remember freshman year, man, my eighth grade, my 8th hour was science. I forget what science class that was. But I remember they would come up to me and tell me 4th hour, 5th hour, like, hey, Rome, don't be up here at 3 o'clock today. Like, huh? What you mean don't be up here at 3 o'clock? Like, man, just don't be up here. I'm like, well, why you telling me? Because we like you, man. I'm like, all right, bet. Leave after 7th hour, look on the news, like, oh.
Yeah, and it used to be terrifying walking down Finkel and you see them different gangs. I don't know someone I went to school with back in days, one of their members. It just happened. They about to walk across. Oh, no, man, that's Jeff. He cool. He cool. He a nerd. He a cool dude. Like, so-and-so, oh, what up? Yeah, you good, man. Okay. But what if one of them cats over there? I'm gonna take somebody with me. I was short and fat man with a lot of damn books. Like, someone going with me. I ain't going by myself.
Hey, but you know, the one thing I can say, you know, when we went to Cooley, when we was walking, I learned never walk to school the same way and never come home the same way.
Yeah.
That was one thing I did learn. Because you never wanted somebody to be able to map your route of what you know what I'm saying, how you go to the crib. And so that was big for me, especially the because, you know, junior year I was driving, but freshman and sophomore year I was big on your
and
boy.
look at the test stuff we had to think about back then to make sure we got home just trying to get education because all this going on.
A whole bunch.
You strategizing how to get home. You counting people. Okay, what this person want? Why they talking to me in class? I'm looking at how they dress, and I think they're a street dude. What they want? Like, you shouldn't have to go through all that, but it gave us that sense that some people don't have, unfortunately.
Hey, it gave you that sense of awareness. To this day, man, my IQ for going into a store, like here they have what they call quick trips,
Mm.
racetracks, and these are the quote unquote good gas stations. Man, Jeff, I can tell you how many cars was parked outside that door when I go in, what color car it was, who was in it, just because of my Detroit experience. And I go in and everything because I'm observing everything. And I wouldn't have had that if I would have went to a school, let's say in Troy or Novi or something like that.
Like me, some people say you kind of broody when you come around people. I came up in Detroit. I don't trust nothing. I'm a surveyor the environment to see what's what. And then you might get, hey, how you guys doing? Y'all all right? But first off, I ain't nothing smile about who are you people. Who the Decepticon, who Autobot up in here? Let me see and watch. Nah, I done seen too much. Nah, I don't know you.
Hey, that's the thing, man. You know, with the young men, and see today it's even crazier now because you have the social media,
and they don't even think like that now. Because
man,
fathers ain't teaching and like, y'all know that dude. Adam, why you going to a spot with this cat and they find out, oh, he left you. You got shot at what? You don't even know that dude. Why'd you go with him?
Yeah.
I thought it'd be fun. No, everything ain't fun.
I mean, you think about back in high school when we was there. Now they have Uber and Lyft, and
you gotta watch that too.
Yeah, you gotta watch that. Uber Eats, Grubhub. You know how many times, man, it was freezing outside, and I was like, man, I just wish I could, because I ain't want to eat nothing at the house. And just to be able to use that phone app and get like even if you hit me up and you say, man, I don't really have no money right now, I can go on my phone and shoot you the food just because off the strength of the love, like, man, I'm gonna help my bro out and get him to, like, hey man, something to be at your door in about 15 minutes. And you looking like, huh? But we didn't. It's just a different day and time, man. Like, we gotta teach these young kids. I was talking to a kid recently. He just graduated, 18, and he was telling me that he doesn't have any desire to get a license. I said, why not? He said, man, Lyft and Uber, what I need to get a license for? I don't need no car note.
You need freedom to move where you need to move.
Yeah, I told him, I said, man, you go out. I said, even if you go and get your own business or whatever, you gonna want your own vehicle. And he said, well, we'll cross that bridge when it's time. Right now, I'm just do the Lyft to Uber. I said, hey man, I said, I tell you what, send me your monthly tab with Lyft to Uber. And then if it exceeds $200, I can show you the vehicles that you can get for that amount of money that you spend.
Yeah, I mean, I need the freedom to move where I need to move. Then you 18, you want to go hang out with a female. I mean, that was our mindset back then. I don't know about the new Thundercats now.
I don't know what they own now.
Well, we ain't got money at that, but we can go to the show and get some snacks. That's something we can do. Get out the house.
I think our we came up in the era where being outside was a real thing. You know, being outside in a good way. Whether it was going out to eat, whether it was going to the swing outs, arcade, bowling.
Like now, people just text. Did you actually talk to her on the phone or FaceTime? No. Man, they could be Priscilla DeVille, man. You don't know from the text. At least video face and look at her facial expression. Like, come on, okay. You too trusting. I ain't never gonna be that trusting. I'm sorry. You grew up in Detroit. Street rules still apply, even with the internet and everything out here we got that make our world like the Jetsons a little bit. Street rules always still apply. Man, you're wrong.
You have to, man. You have to, because at the end of the day, that stuff doesn't leave you. If you was to move tomorrow to, let's just say, Charlotte, North Carolina, That same mindset, that same mentality, everything that you grew up with, you would take it right down there.
If I'm on suburbs with Jordan, everybody, I don't know you. Ain't like that your dog. I watch you play ball. I don't know you.
Man.
I don't know who you are. So nah, what up? We cool, but I ain't with the hey, how are you? Nah, cat. You ain't never getting that out of me. Nah. I'm watch how you move for a minute. You friend the foe. Then we can chop it up like that. But just I don't care you Jordan or whoever you are, what that mean? And you can be a crazy person on the other side of town when the lights go out. We learned about Diddy. So you got money, man. You got more freedom to do what you really want to do. I don't know you. Don't hang out with you with my family.
You better be precautious out here today because it's a messed up world right now we in.
And speaking on that, earlier this week, Supreme Court passed a ruling where the president, in an official capacity, if he does a crime, he is immune. It's just similar to if you watch a movie and say the person is from Asia and they unfortunately raped a female and the cops want to go get them. They have diplomatic immunity. You can't touch them. They constantly will have to denounce that for you to arrest them. So it's like you just gave that to the presidency now where if Donald Trump win and say, man, you know what? I'm going to walk down 1600 and slap the first 5 people I see. Can't touch it. And I never thought we'd give a president immunity like that.
Hey, man,
I laugh at us on the ruler like only in America, boy.
But what you just said, man, that unfortunately the politics here in our government is becoming very animated and comical to the point to where I think with this next election, it's really going to be a detrimental election because I think either side is going to make people be more aware skeptical, more aware, more conscientious of your governors, your state senators, the councilmen and women,
and see
all of that stuff.
People forget when Obama tried to put someone there for Supreme Court, when the Republican Party had control of Congress, they blocked even having a nomination, which I don't know how the hell they pulled that off legally because it's illegal. The president has the right to put someone in, and they wouldn't let it go through. But then when Trump took power, he was able to put in 3 conservative judges. Well, it kind of looked like with this ruling we got, and appreciate the 4 people watching. Hey, look here. I showed a lot of love when I was in that seat, right? You see they coming at your mans in there, right? So look out for your boy. We got you, dog. You get this ruling passed like, oh, he didn't get immunity. No one supposed to be above the law in this country. But now you're saying the president can do some dirt while he's in there and he's going to have immunity from it. Wow.
Hey,
we're okay with that.
You know
these type of rulings y'all want to make.
My thing is the fact that they passed that. I just feel like there's some people locked up right now with some real petty crimes that they got 8 years, 10 years, 12, 13. And I just feel like after this ruling, they need to really just put it out there and say, look, here's all the cases that y'all need to bring back to the forefront. And a certain number of these folks, especially when it comes to the drug dealers and different things like that, they need to go ahead and revamp this thing because clearly we remixing the laws for certain individuals right now, man. It's amazing. It's amazing, man. We remixing this thing.
People didn't know that you could run for president with a felony. That blew people's mind. I knew, like, no, this is real. You're lying. Like, no, he can run with a felony. But yeah, I know it sounds weird, but that's legal. He can run now. You know, he might be got a felony because he do some dirt while he president. He got it. I'm president. Immunity. Don't touch me. Teflon down. Leave your boy alone. Yeah. Every other Saturday, I walk down Pennsylvania 1600, slap a few people. I was bored. Sue me. Oh, who cares? Immunity. Hey, that's what. What?
Hey, Jeff. All I can tell you, man, is November is nearing a lot sooner than we only 4 months away now.
Have you heard that a lot of the Democrats within the party want Biden to bow out and let someone replace him?
Yeah. Yeah. They got concerned after that last debate.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Sleepy Joe, like, oh my God, this is his performance.
But you know,
on TV did an interview. That was even worse. Like,
but you know, I'll be honest with you though, Jeff.
Man.
I'll be honest with you, man. Let's just be honest. Dude been in office. This is the year 4 right here. And y'all didn't see 2 years ago that you need to be getting somebody else groomed up to be prepared. I just don't get like literally
grooming someone to run. That's the funny part. Neither of them doing it.
Hey, they didn't put their blinders on, man. It's kind of like you know how like in your car you could put it on cruise control.
Mm-hmm.
They literally sat back and was like, "Oh, we could be in cruise control," and I'm sitting over here looking like, "Y'all see what I'm seeing? Like, y'all need to get ready." And now, fast forward 2 years later, and now everybody's over here looking like, "Oh, we need to."
You could have told me that it's going to be a run. We're going to run it back. What? This is the best we have to offer. We've gotten away from the alleged ideals of what the founding fathers thought about. Because neither party, like you said, is looking at some of their best and brightest and coaching up. All right, you next. You next. We got the granddaddies running. And now Trump did look more alert, coherent, little swagger. And that's sad. That's something to give points to. Compared to Sleepy Joe. Say it again. What are you going to do about so-and-so? And then you tell it wrong when he said it like, oh my God.
Hey, did you get you some of those?
Yeah.
Did you get you some of those Trump shoes that came out?
That's like getting some Yeezys. Like, I'm not paying nobody no $500,000 no damn shoe.
Hey, all I'm gonna say to you,
it costs $2 to make overseas. Hey, no,
you could go get them Oh No's if you want to. The Oh No ones, I'm good.
And that's the thing people forget. I remember when Stephon Marbury was at a factory in China and showed that his shoe and Jordan's was on the same assembly line, getting made for $2. These shoes are not. I see it's being made here, but they're made over there for cheap. But when they bring it back to wholesale, and his name Jordan, we still love Jordan. So you throw $350 on it, and with our people, for some strange reason, we think we're poor if we go to a Payless. Nah, man, my shoes cost $120. That ain't nothing to be proud of. You really think of the bigger picture.
Man, I've been past a Payless quite recently. Man, they ain't too far cheap like they used to be back in them days. I'm looking at them like, you better off going up to DSW with the prices y'all got.
Yeah, go to DSW, but You know, we because we never, a lot of us come from nothing, so we wanted to show we have something, which is kind of backwards. We have on $1,000, but don't have 1,000 saved in the bank.
Priorities messed up, man. You know,
because we never had nothing. We got to show I've arrived. I got Versace on to the head to the shoe, but all that stuff is cheap. They make it overseas. They just wholesale price it. Like, see, you tell me your RA, your stock portfolio, cool, but you can't resell this for the same value to somebody. They ain't gonna buy it.
Man, you know,
you might get some girls' attention because they gonna think you got some money, and they think you're gonna spend that money on them. And again, if no one knows, we waste $1.3 trillion yearly on buying all this crap. Black people alone. 1.3 trillion a year, we buy all this crap that's made overseas for cheap.
Hey,
renting vehicles, renting houses, we ain't creating companies, there's a lot we ain't doing with our money as a unit. But whatever they put out here, man, I got this bottle of water, I put some cinnamon in it. It's fire. $20. I'm gonna buy it. Then get on somebody live and talk about it, free advertisement. And now 20 more people gonna go back.
Hey, that's the reality, man. You know, as a whole, we gotta have more financial literacy. You know, conventions, things like that in our communities, because when you start talking to other communities like the Jewish community, they bounce their dollar 7 times before it ever leaves their community.
Well, we had the Black Wall Street. We used to have that, but
yeah,
then they destroyed most of Black Wall Street because you think about it, if we waste 1.3 trillion now, they would actually own railroads and all that back in the day, and they were thriving on little communities.
Oh yeah.
So just think if we did that now. In Michigan, it's what, $25 to start an LLC. That's it. Take you up with LLC. You got a company. We're gonna sell whatever. Get out there. You're an entrepreneur now. Get out there, start doing something. Think we had this type of stuff back in our day, man.
You definitely got to be, you know, more conscientious on certain things, man. Like, I always say prioritize things, like, you know, especially when you start being a grown man and grown woman, when you have a house, you have your car notes, if you got a car note, it's a lot of different things. And if it's going to come down to a pair of $350 shoes, or let's just say, like right now, we in the heart of the summer, or you getting that AC unit tuned up so you can have your cool air, you know, coming out. Which one you gonna choose? It's like, do I go get these J's to look good for one night, or do I want to keep cool so I can sleep at night? You gotta pick. You gotta pick your damn poison, man.
Yeah.
And for me, it just, I'm at a point, man, where, you know, I don't even. I think it was I forget the number now. I could just go by. Let me see those 11s, the 9s. Okay, so the ones when he came out with Space Jam, the 90. So when he came out, those were the only ones that I remember ever having. And after that,
from the 99 for 150.
Yeah, you're like
they were comfortable.
Yeah, that was like back at that time, you was paying like 125 to 150 for J's back then, and that wasn't like a suit, because your Hirachis, things like that, was about 90, 95. So yeah, you could pay a little bit more and get your shoe. But my thing was, you know, when you fast forward to the markup and where we are today, it's kind of like now I'm getting the shoes that's dang comfortable for my damn feet, because I don't like the way the new shoes look. They just got all these crazy colors. I gotta go and get the old school shoes. I gotta go and get the Air Maxes. I got to go and get every shoe I'm getting is from back when we was in school.
Okay.
And it's crazy
They
because
still selling like the Grand Hills and all that. They still sell that stuff.
yeah, they got all of them. I'm going back to get things like that. And then shoes for comfort, but it's they can have all that. I let the youngest get all that. Like, hey, they coming out. You getting? No, I ain't getting that, man. Like, I'm not getting the next pair, the other pair, the pair that came out before that.
I mean, and I ain't knocking no one. If you had the money, took your responsibility, that's what you want to splurge yourself. Do you? You work hard. But it ain't cool to be in business school and a teacher smiling like, yeah, the African American people spend 1.3 trillion a year. Just say Latinos, Asians, white people, just said us. I'm like, well, hell, we the one reason why the economy is moving. So we said we ain't gonna shop for 2 weeks. The world will be over with in America. What up, Big Joe? Comfort over fashion if you're over 35. Hammer toes ain't cute.
That boy
Joe.
This dude Joe hell on wheels. This dude.
He's a hammer toes.
Hey, but he right though, man. Like, hey.
Oh man.
I'm telling you, man. I'm not getting none of them J's, man. I ain't trying to have my feet hurting out here these days.
Nah, man. It's that about. I want to be like the rich folks. When I started getting corporate and started looking like Bill Gates walk around in some Target type gear. When he got to go to a big function, his suit game on point, his house on point, his stock portfolio, like, I want to be on that. Now, I don't need to walk around with $1,000 on what I'm wearing. Damn that. You think I got some money. But where you need to have it at, that's where you should have it.
Mm-hmm.
Your suit game, your house, your investments, that's where you should have your bread at. And if you might just be a sneakerhead. That's the thing. Some resell the shoes, make more money. Submarket.
Yeah, Joe is I gotta give my man credit. Joe is definitely one of those sneakerheads, and he definitely into, knowing, the Air Maxes to, the all the different ones that's out there. But he right about that comfort. It's like once you get to a certain age, man, it's like, if I had to pick a pair of Jordans that I personally liked just off of the look, that was the best pair to me, is the ones they call the 11s with that patent leather.
The black and red.
Yeah.
The ones I would get.
That's the one. That's the ones. Like anytime he come out with the colors in that one, that is probably the best one to me out of all of the ones. But far as comfort, you better not be trying to go walk damn Cedar Point with those damn things all day, because you're gonna be hurt. Hey, that's one of them shoes you go and take your little picture and do a couple of poses and take them things off, man. Yes. They make the shoes you want to be using to go walk a lot in. Say we go to the auto show. That ain't it.
Hell no. That's not a walk. You go to the auto show, man.
That ain't it.
I mean, even when they had the NFL draft, they had it blocked up where you could walk through a certain part of Woodward all the way down to it. That's a lot of walking.
A lot of walking, bro.
Get the camping marches from like Wayne State almost. Like, that's way too much walking, man.
Hey, they better get on that, what y'all call it? The Q line? Yeah, get on the Q line.
Yeah, a lot of people use that. You're supposed to get some more events because everything went kind of smooth.
Yeah, I just read where it's some $1 billion investors that just bought several buildings up there. The city about to change, man. Like I can look at I'll show you how to do it, where you can look at what's coming like over the next 5 to 10 years, and it's the city of Detroit about to be looking like some of
Dude,
these other major cities, which is
you go
crazy.
downtown right now, you'll think you're in Novi.
Yeah.
Before everybody start finding out about Novi. So now I don't go out there no more. Everybody and their mama know about it. But before, it was a little upscale like. Now, Pookie and Ray Ray and everybody know about it. Okay, so I combat my sneaker itch by buying stocks and selling sneakers when I buy new shoes. See, that's a corporate stuff right there.
Hey, that when you talking about the stocks, man, that's real. That day trading is real, man.
Mm-hmm.
You learn
That's
the
the
game on
shoes.
there. You learn the
People will
game
buy
on there, man. It's a game changer.
it. Mm-hmm. I gotta get my portfolio up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. It's a game changer. It's a dude out there. I'll send you his information on IG. He got his courses right now for $27. It's normally like $1,200.
Okay.
Yeah, so $27 to change your life is
Yeah,
big.
I ain't back. Once I get a certain number, cash me out, dog. But with Edwards, you ain't gonna keep it. No, Negro. I know about the. Do you remember the crash 08? Nah. I got 25 grand up in there. Oh, check, please.
Yeah. Hey, they got it easy.
I start over.
They got it easy. You put it on this phone, and all you gotta do is put transfer, and then it goes straight to your account.
Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, that's that's thinking I would have if I was a gambler. Okay, say you had a blackjack table, you just hit for 1,000. Stop. Go send that to yourself and start again. Don't keep playing with that. Them numbers you expect to get. So if I get 25 grand out the stock market, stop. Do that. Let's start over.
Hey,
I know I got that over there.
everybody don't have that level of strength to be able to do that, but you do have to know what your end all be all goal is and coming
He
in.
came up on the real DuckTales, not that remake crap they made. Scrooge Duck was my role model. He wouldn't give. He wouldn't give. He was the richest duck in Duckburg in the world, and he still wouldn't give his niece and his nephews anything. Like, no, give me a business plan. Let me see what y'all got. Like, I'm like, but you're the richest dude, and we still up. Give you a business plan. Let me taste the product. Let me get a proceed of it. I'm like, damn, he ended with a proceed. Let me get a cut. And he cutthroat, but I respect it. That's my dude. Like, damn, they're like, you got a money man full of money. Yeah, but I love making my money. So your lemonade stand, I could make 20,000. Nice. They're looking like they want to punch me in the nose. Like, real dude, we family. You gonna do that? Yep. It's franchise. I watched it like, dang, this dude. That's not a bad idea. Be about your bread.
I remember he used to get hurt. He go out there swimming in his money, and they take it.
I want to be like that, dog. Hey, count my money for me. It's 2 a.m. That's why I pay you. Count my money. Come on, one. Come on, keep counting. I want. Oh, I got 10 million. Ooh, that's also good. Count it one more time. Make sure. I'm paying you handsomely. So get your drink. Wake up. Count my money again. That's how I look at it. Because there's just so much stuff that we never thought about that they got now. You come out of high school with a company making money. If you think.
Yeah. You definitely, you go back. I think what was big when we was coming out of school, people was talking about real estate. The other one they was talking about was what was that business? Amway.
Oh, that bullshit.
Don't even get started. Hey, don't even get started, man. Don't even get started, man. Don't even get started, boy.
Yeah, I ain't gonna say that on this network.
That's why I say don't even get started, man. I see you. I almost reeled you in without even trying.
Yeah. I remember going to that person's house and just listening to them like, say that. But it starts with you for 200. Nah, I'm good. I'm not a salesperson. I'm good. I'm good. Anyway. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff out here. I forgot we were going. The dude story about the dad who slept with his son's wife.
Oh, okay. We got to touch on that one. Okay.
Yeah, touching that one too.
Wow. Man, my man was hurt. You could tell it looked like he was a truck driver.
Yeah.
And he was telling the story about how his dad slept with his woman, and now his girl is pregnant.
That's crazy, man.
So
slept with your wife. It's crazy.
So my thing is clearly the dad must be fairly young, as far as and when I say fairly young, I'm gonna say 16 to 20 years older than him.
Nah, I ain't gonna give that. I ain't giving this cat no respect.
No. You gotta see where I'm going. No, you gotta see where I'm going, man. What I'm saying is, I'm seeing today a lot of the younger ladies. I was at a restaurant one day, Bahama Breeze to be exact.
Okay, good spot.
And the young girl was talking to me, and she said, I need some advice. And I'm like, okay, tell me your story. And she's 25, her dude is like 50. And yeah, I'm just telling you. So she was saying he's a retired veteran, and he has PTSD. Ooh. And she was just saying she's trying to motivate him to, do certain things and all of this. And she was just like, yeah, I just don't know. I was like, well, PTSD is a serious thing. So everybody's situation is different. So I said, if anything, just encourage him to get to counseling.
I'll be getting meds too, because
hey, everybody's situation different. So I look at it like a customized suit. Jeff's suit is going to be different from my suit because it's different sizes. Mm-hmm. When it comes to that, everybody's situation is different. So I was just explaining to her like, hey, you got to have that conversation. You got to talk. But getting back on track to what we're talking about with the dad and the son, man, I just feel like it's really a disrespectful thing to do if you attracted to your son's, whether it's a girlfriend, his fiance, his wife, that, what I'm saying? If that's what you want, you need to go ahead and go get you a little young tender, whatever you want to call it, because there's no way you should be attracted to your son. Like if it's anybody you gonna piss off and Mr. Steal Your Girl, if you're gonna be Mr. Steal Your Girl, don't steal your son's girl, man, out of all the situations. Like that's just,
I mean, it just shows today's world, old school values that's unspoken ain't even there no more.
100%.
Just like it was unspoken. If you say, hey, Jeff, this is my girl, Tammy, that's my sister then. Cool. Not know, well, I'm waiting till she starts saying wrong, messing up so I can creep up behind like Biggie. That's my homeboy. That's his girl, that's my sister. That's how that rock. We ain't fighting on none of that stupid. A lot of cats so damn greedy out here like it's a desert, and then there's plenty of women out here, whether you paying or you trying to spend some game to her, will give away the pie. There's plenty of pie out here. Plenty. You ain't gotta be, man. Give me what you got. You ain't gotta do all that. Plenty of pie out here.
Yeah, you definitely, man.
That's what you're looking for. It's out here.
That's just one of those things where you don't even have a response to that because you're like, dude, you talk about disrespect. That shouldn't even happen. I don't care if you go to the door, you ring the doorbell, and she comes to the door fully nude.
Oh, no, she pregnant with twins.
Oh, he looked it up. Ooh.
Man, I don't condone violence in no shape or form, but you gotta get your church shoes out, get some respect from that dude, man. That's just a line. That's just too disrespectful. That's just too disrespectful. Get them old big bottom soles and
Oh.
and get to tap dancing. That's just too disrespectful.
Hey,
You my dad. You
hey,
supposed to
all I'm saying to you
might
is,
help yourself.
if Pops is in there like that, clearly,
Yep, furniture need to be moved. Yep.
yeah. Hey, if Pops in there like that, clearly he ready to throw them hands because he got enough energy.
That's
They,
so disrespectful. You were there at the wedding, bro.
you know,
And
they
that's
tell
what
you,
we're doing.
they tell you, they tell you never hate the player. That's what you hear when you coming up. Never hate the player.
Yeah, but there's some anomalies of the game where you my dad.
Yeah.
You should not be screwing me over, and you my father.
Hey.
I gotta get you. Just for
Hey.
that level of disrespect you are showing my way.
Hey.
Unprovoked. Now
I'm,
maybe he done something to him that was so spiteful you want to get him back, but this was nothing provoked. A dad ain't supposed to harm his child like that.
Hey. Hey. Well, hey, who was it? Who was it in the Bible? Joseph. No, hey, my man left his wife there. He took off. And she basically tried to hit him up like, hey, you know what I'm saying, try to get him to sleep with her. And then when he said no, he took off, she started to go wild. He said, hold on now.
What you mean, hey, hold on now? Talking about Joe?
Hey, no, I'm talking about Joseph in the Bible, man. No, man, you get caught. It's amazing how when somebody really want someone, the measures and levels that they'll go to and the extremes. And I feel like the dad doing that is extreme. Like you put effort into that to go
that's
to
a
that
lot of
level.
conversating going on.
Yeah,
you just don't fall in it.
You put effort into
real.
that. You reached out to the young lady.
Yeah.
You were pursuing the young lady. You hit her with some, expletives of what you would do. I know he ain't doing X, Y, Z.
I told all your son buried bodies. Man, his last 3 women, he was cheating on them.
Yeah.
Just making you the dad, so he must, and he could be lying, but she like, well, this is dad, he must know. But why are you listening? You just said these vows to the Lord, and this what you doing.
You gotta basically. It, like I said, it's sad, but that's where we at.
Well, not you, Joe. The other Joe in the Bible.
No.
Female.
This dude Joe crazy.
They had her messed up years ago.
Yeah.
He was still rocked by her mom slept with a man. Like, oh Lord. Dang. That's cutthroat. But people are respecting the rules like they're supposed to, man.
Hey,
there's rules to this out here.
It's a different day and time, man. It used to be a time where people had respect and morals. Now all that's out the door, man.
And everybody putting their stuff out on video. I saw a video earlier unless you showed it to me, where a dude put the girl out because she cheated in the house.
Oh yeah. I sent you that.
Nobody needed. I mean, dude, I get how you feel, but we did not need to see you put a video putting them out. We didn't need to see that.
Man, you know what's crazy?
Got the kid right there being traumatized to all this.
Yeah, you know what's crazy is I don't understand how people can get so mad that you want to record. We ain't talking about getting pulled over by the police or anything like that. I'm talking about with your girl, your dude, and I'm so mad I'm about to break out the phone so I can post it on the internet.
Now that the whole world knows what's going on in my life. No, dude, GA classified. You don't even know my business. Yeah, no,
I just saying with the posting everything, some things is just between you and that person. Yeah. And you can tell whoever you want to tell. Tell all your friends, tell this, but you don't have to record everything.
No. And that's just I don't know what they think people are gonna be laughing at you most of the time. They're like, so you really want to shame the woman that you loved and this kid you've been taking care of because something she did. So you think it's cool to dump their stuff on the side of the road, damn near. Then see, And you know, maybe it's that disconnect when the old school still try to pass knowledge to the young school. They ain't want to listen because when we came up, we had a barbershop, just come across a godparent. They was passing man game on how real men do things. And you would whether you thought it was crap or not, you'd be respectful and listen. And you never know. Whatever they told you may have came into play down the road. They helped you. But you at least will listen compared to, man, you know what? I flew her out. She ain't gonna give me nothing, so I'm about to put her out high. You the damn fool for flying around, idiot. And you got the phone recording live that you were stupid enough to fly the chick out for how much money, and she ain't give you nothing. I ain't gonna drop her off because I'm gonna show you. You just look like the fool of the week. You ain't looking like a smart man.
Hey,
we didn't even know that was your weekend.
You know,
our business.
It's a different world. It's a different world, bro.
You want to be seen.
It's a totally different world, and people living by different rules. And I just don't get down with it, man. I just don't see how that's your man's. And even if my man's girl came at you that way, dude, you got to go the other way and keep it moving. Mm-hmm. Like, hey, like this, I don't want no parts of that.
Now, I didn't want to be saved back in high school till I learned how to really get down. So maybe I'm always on that G classified because I want you my business, really. But she might have brothers, cousins that might want to come have a conversation with you after they see that video. Like, oh, that's what. Okay. Because actions breed consequences. I don't think a lot of people think about that.
100%, man. You know,
get all these likes and clicks.
That's what it is, man. When you an emotional wreck, you're not even thinking about what's next. I remember seeing a picture a while back where the dog didn't even realize he's on the edge of the cliff, but he's so focused on chasing after the bird, and he jumps. He jumps to go get the bird, like, he finally low enough for me to get. But you don't realize when you jump, you gone. Because once you grab the bird, you gonna hit the whatever's down
like
in the
cartoon.
Rock bottom. You know. So that's my take, man. What's your closing remarks for the folks?
I would say definitely mind your surroundings and think before you respond to stuff. I think a lot of stuff today, people are responding with emotion compared to, all right, let me sit down. Right now, I want to choke the hell out of them, but no, can't do it. Let me calm down. And then think. Because we may have been just as foolish as they are now if we had all this tech back in the 90s.
Man, that's a whole nother topic in itself. If
we had this technology, so we always had them people teaching, don't respond with emotion. You know, a man responds calculating like you're playing chess. You know, on their sucker going to be on that checker. Just, oh, you kissed my girl? Yeah. Dog, you fought him over that? Did he take it? You the fool. She's still over there with him. What did you win? A court case? So you have people kind of giving that, calm down. Think it out before you respond.
Right.
Today. So whatever move you make out here, anything, think it through. Weigh the pros and cons of it, because with every action, there will be a reaction. And we might not never hear about, say, oh boy, get mollywopped by her brothers or whoever because he put her out there like that. We might not see that video. But it's breeding a reaction. That people ain't thinking, I'm in the right, I got cameras showing you do. Yeah, but you're embarrassing and you're traumatizing this child. And she's someone's daughter, sister, or whatever. And they ain't gonna appreciate that. So we need to start thinking emotionally, think it through. What's your final thoughts?
Hey, that was good, man. I'm gonna go back on the initial topic and talk about the blended families and the stepdad and the biological dads. I think young ladies in particular, once you get involved with a new relationship and you know it's going serious, you get the ring, you about to say yes. Have those real difficult conversations, even if you feel like the dude is difficult, even if you feel like he's not the most sane person, if you will. Keep in mind you slept with this dude. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, we can't point the finger at nobody else but yourself to say, hey, I chose this person in that moment and I got to learn how to communicate. And let's be honest, sometimes it may take a third party. You may have to go to a counseling for family purposes so y'all can co-parent properly. I don't think enough of us do that. What I'm seeing on social media. It's a lot of record. And at the end of the day, this is the mother of your children. At the end of this day, this is the father of your children that you chose. And so we can't get upset at everybody else. When we made that decision in that moment, we can talk about how bad this person was in the bedroom and all of that. That means nothing. You are parents now, and you have to learn how to co-parent properly, because kids are sponges. They pick up on every little thing, not what you're saying, but what you're doing. They all about action. And like my man Marshawn Beast Mode said, I'm all about that action, boss. I want to end with that y'all just be about that action. Realize it's not about you. It's not about him. It's about the child. It's about the children. About their future. It's about them having a functional relationship with the parent, functional relationship with the new bonus dad, the new bonus mom. Everybody stay level-headed and keep it moving. We already know you know how to throw hands. We get it. Throwing hands ain't always the answer.
No,
we get it. But throwing hands ain't the answer.
Throwing hands with somebody. That's a funny saying now. We ain't fighting, we throwing hands. That's what sounds funny. That's not a word he used at 24, man. Hell no. Prom coming up, high school graduation, college or trade graduation, or military graduation, or police graduation, the wedding, the christening of the grandkids. All them are important days coming up. Y'all gonna have to get along.
You gotta get
They're
along.
gonna tell y'all are not welcome. Then you're really gonna see the actions of your consequences. We ain't welcome. That's gonna hurt your soul. And ain't no crown, no jack gonna take that pain away that you created this situation where they don't want y'all too toxic. You will not be around Little Ray. Get out of here.
Yep.
Gonna hurt your soul. So be smart, man. Y'all be safe. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all weekend.
Appreciate you, bro. Y'all have a good one.
You too, man.
Later.
What?